Hey everybody, welcome back. Now, we've all been spending more time cooking in our homes this year, and for many that means baking banana bread, everybody's favorite. Here with her unique twist on this classic bread is award-winning TV host, health coach, and best-selling author of Your Healthiest Healthy, our good friend Samantha Harris. Hi, Samantha.
It's so weird not to
give you a big hug. I'm giving you a big hug. Listen.
Strange times, but we're here.
Yeah, you're here. You're making great, healthy banana bread, and I love the fact that you love making this recipe with your daughters.
I do. Well, obviously, we have the kids home for so much of homeschooling.
Yes.
And we're always trying to find new, fun things to do. So they both love to cook. My little one, who's 9, is just an avid baker. She now says, Mom, I don't need a recipe, and I don't need you. I'm going to do it myself. But what's great about this is that they love mashing the bananas, right? So it's really a good recipe for little kids. My little one wants to open her own bake shop, so she says,
You're doing something right. You're doing something right for sure. You also been doing a lot of dancing on her Instagram. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's awesome. Okay. Mashed, I was going to say mashed potatoes, but we're going to go with mashed bananas instead.
That would probably be better for the bread.
That would be potato bread.
It would be. It'd probably be tasty.
We're making banana bread with bananas. Here we go. Mashed bananas.
All right, mashed bananas. So now what I love, I call this my beneficial banana bread. And and you heard me right, because it's actually a banana bread that has healthful benefits. So we're going to go through. So first we're going to put all the wet ingredients in.
Beautiful.
Plant-based milk. I chose cashew milk. I like it. It has a little more creamy consistency. We're going to pour that in.
Good, but any nut milk or any plant-based milk would be fine, right?
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Exactly. You're going to mix that in, and you're going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I prefer organic when you can get it in a glass bottle, dark glass bottle. You want to make sure you store it properly.
Great. That really helps. Keeps it moist, doesn't it? That olive oil in the recipe.
It does. You want to have that moisture. And another thing to add the moisture is going to be maple syrup. Now, I don't know about you. When I was growing up, I used to lick the plate clean from my waffles and my pancakes. But here's the deal with maple syrup. It's a great alternative to sugar because cane sugar, we know, spikes our blood sugar.
Yep.
It has no healthful benefits whatsoever.
Listen, you're talking to a Canadian here, so I'm all about maple syrup. No, it's for real.
You were
Honestly,
tapping the tree.
I actually can't have a lot of natural sweeteners, like higher calorie sweeteners. Maple syrup is one of the only things that I can handle, so it is great.
Well, and it's low on the glycemic index.
Exactly,
so it doesn't spike sugar, so you don't have those insulin spikes that happen that cause the inflammation in our body that can lead to chronic diseases. So, but also great things about maple syrup is it's low on the glycemic index, as we talked about. It's high in antioxidants, but it also has lots of vitamins and minerals, which you wouldn't necessarily think. Still high in calories, so I'm not saying to go drink a whole
No, of course,
unless you're a Canadian.
But listen, we put a tiny bit in here. This is fantastic. But yes, as a Canadian, I'm all for it.
All right, so moving on to some other ingredients before we go here. So we're going to mix that all in.
Okay.
All right, so chia and flaxseed. I want to talk about chia.
Are these going in here?
So these are going to actually go into the wet.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you have ground flaxseed. Flaxseed and chia can be ground, or I just use them right straight out of the bag. And I'll tell you why. Chia and flax are both huge for the fiber content that they have.
Yep.
We don't get enough fiber as Americans. So the USDA, I'm going to get a little clinical here.
Sure.
Okay? But then I know you like this stuff.
No, I'm all for it. I'm going to also tell you that it's lower in omega-6, higher in omega-3s, which is a really great ratio that you want to have. So that you go ahead, though.
Well, exactly. We need omega-3s for brain
health. Yep.
But also, so the USDA recommends about 16 grams of fiber per day for the average American.
Yep.
We as Americans get about 12 grams a day. And here's the kicker. Women need about 25 to 30 grams per day, and men actually need closer to 40 grams of fiber per day. And the reason we need that is to make sure, of course, regular, bowels, that's important. Keep things moving.
Listen.
But no, it also high fiber aids in weight loss, which is important because obesity, with an epidemic that we have here in America, obesity leads to cancer, type 2 diabetes, heart disease. So being a more ideal weight is important. So the fiber will help with weight loss.
Fiber plays a huge role in that for sure. So thank you for that.
It's more filling, and you're less likely to overeat or eat too much. We're going to let this sit, by the way.
We let this sit
for 2 minutes. And the reason is we want to let those chia and flax seeds kind of expand and congeal a little bit.
Oh, yeah, right. Exactly. That's why you like the full chia seeds in there.
Right, exactly.
Very good. All right, good.
But again, the flax seeds have to be ground because with the shell on them, they're not bioavailable, and they'll just go right on through you.
Yeah.
It's that fiber again.
There you go.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, so anyhow, that's really great with increased fiber. Also, increasing your fiber helps reduce the risk of dying from cardiovascular diseases and certain cancers. So we love that.
All sorts of benefits
for sure. Set this aside. I'm going to bring in the dry ingredients.
Great.
Right.
We've got some almond flour.
Yeah, you're going to see it looks a little different, right? It's because it's almond flour. I like almond flour because, first of all, it's gluten-free. So a lot of us, even though celiac is a very small percentage, about 40% of Americans are actually non-celiac gluten sensitive.
Of course.
So the almond flour is great for that, but also it has a little bit of added protein. There's also nutrients that are packed in it. So it's a nice little addition. Again,
listen,
and a
big fan of almond flour for sure, and I love that you're going to put in a little bit of flavor here with some cinnamon.
Cinnamon, and not just any cinnamon. Now, you can use whatever cinnamon you have in your house, totally fine. I prefer Ceylon cinnamon, and the Ceylon cinnamon actually is more beneficial. It's a little bit of a brighter, more robust taste, but also it has antioxidants.
Wow.
And the Ceylon cinnamon also is antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory, so there's that inflammation that we want to keep at bay to avoid chronic diseases.
It's at the root of all sorts of problems.
Right,
Yep,
and
for
look,
sure.
both of us have been through the cancer road. We are trying to avoid those in the future. All right, so then we have to put, of course, our little baking powder.
Okay.
And, with salt, I like to choose, oh, I got some nice cinnamon. Tasty. I like to go with Himalayan salt. So you'll notice the pink color that I put in there. And the Himalayan salt has just more minerals in it.
Yes.
So you don't, if you can avoid table salt, always good because table salt is...
It's highly processed and it's much harder on the system for sure.
It
Just to point out the fact that everything that's going in this banana bread, everything is so super well thought out, and like you say, is going to actually help our health, which is fantastic because obviously, you know, a lot of what we eat isn't going to be
But you're probably looking at this saying, Samantha, chocolate? How can chocolate be healthy?
It's dark chocolate.
Dark
yeah,
chocolate.
you go super dark. It's great.
At least 70% cacao or higher is the best.
Gotcha.
And it's nice. It's already melting because it's so nice and warm out here, but that'll make it extra yummy and gooey. But dark chocolate is high in antioxidants, and especially in something called flavonols, which may reduce the risk of heart disease. So we love that, and it's anti-inflammatory. All right, we're going to combine now.
Combine these guys?
Yep. And you're going to just slowly mix the dry into the wet.
You got it. And once you do that and it's all together, do you have to let it kind of come together before it goes in the oven?
Good.
No, you put it right in the oven.
I'm kind of doing this a little faster. I usually move it in a little bit more slowly as you're mixing. You're going to throw it into a well-greased little loaf pan here. Now, the loaf pan, I prefer to grease with coconut oil because, again, health benefits, no toxins in the chemicals that are in those sprays that people use, or any hydrogenated oils, which can be...
Coconut oil's got some great MCTs in there, too, some medium chain triglycerides. It's awesome. This is just a health class here.
Language.
Absolutely. Okay. Right. And then did you say what temperature and for how long it's
All right, so you're going to put it in, preheat at 350. You're going to put it in for 40 minutes, and then... Dun, dun, dun. Magic of TV.
Beautiful.
Voila. Look how pretty. Let's move
my
these
goodness,
down to
everybody. I got to have a bite.
Dig into that. It's very moist. It's a little more dense than your average banana bread, but it's, tell me.
I'm telling you right now, you would never guess that this banana bread is actually good for you. It's packed with so many nutrients and it's so full of flavor, everybody. Samantha, you've done it again. I love you. And I know you've got, really quickly, you've got your webinars.
Yes, so my book, Your Healthiest Healthy, has spawned webinars so that people can learn about getting the toxins out of what's in, on, and around their body to live a healthier life, avoid cancers and type 2 diabetes and heart disease as much as we possibly can. Take control of your health.
I didn't want to forget that. Thank you so much. She's my girl. All right, as always, this recipe is going to be available at hallmarkchannel.com. Check it out, everybody, and most importantly, enjoy.
Coming up on Home and Family, Shirley gets down to the grassroots with a simple landscape solution for fall. Larissa has the touching story of a pilot who found healing by rescuing shelter pets that were running out of time.
We knew that number 4,000 was on the flight.
Plus, TV host Carissa Culliner is obsessed with a classic workout, and now, so are we.
It's really a great stress release, I'm telling you.